Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome. Hi, Sheila.
Hello, how are you?
Hello. I go. Very good. Thank you.
I'm playing
My
with sea glass.
playing with glass.
I got
Like
this
mosaic.
whole thing of sea glass for my birthday.
Oh, beautiful.
Isn't it
Yeah,
pretty? Yeah,
absolutely.
the events coordinator out here, when she put my gift together, I didn't even know this was down in there. And mom was cleaning it out and found it. And she goes, I think you missed something. And I was like, what did I miss? And I was like, oh, sea glass.
Ah, that's pretty.
And
So,
it's
are you making a
very
mosaic?
smooth.
Say again.
It's very smooth.
Oh, yeah. Any sharp glass. Wow, sharper than any knife, for sure.
Yeah, I like it.
Is it all sea blue, like this beautiful sea blue, or do you have different colors?
No, I have different colors.
Uh-huh. Very vibrant. Yeah, you got white, a little green, I see. Yeah. You got one jar or you have more?
Just the one jar.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it though. They're pretty.
And what's the plan now? You're gonna make a
I don't
mosaic?
know. I'm seriously thinking about doing a mosaic. If
Uh-huh.
my chair would keep quit making me shorter than I am.
Oh, I know. Look at you. I know you got a lounger in the back. I don't know,
Yeah, my
maybe.
hydraulic system in the chair isn't working right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
every time I move in it, it's like a little lower,
Oh, yeah. The hydro.
little lower.
That reminds me, there's like a metal. I have an older patio set, all made of metal with nice lattice work or lattice work, and I'm looking over there at the part of the yard where the table doesn't have a top any longer because that mosaic part broke. Um,
Oh no.
so I'm gonna gives me an idea. I'm going to let me see. Admit, admit. I admit or admit. You play words. Anyway, I think Debbie's coming in right now. So that's the plan of the plan of using that table metal art. Hi, Debbie. And I already bought a bag of dry cement. I've broken tiles, from projects, and I'll
Right.
put that all together to make the top of that table or like.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, I don't have the awesome glass stuff that you have, but yeah, nice and plain
I'm
patio
seriously
stuff.
thinking of making a mosaic out of all of it with the sea glass.
Beautiful. Hi, Debbie. Tony's coming on. Let's see. Oh yeah, looking in. Okay, lip syncing, Debbie. I
Debbie's
cannot
on
hear
mute.
you. Yeah, she's probably a mute. And Tony's trying to sign on as well. Yeah.
I had troubles of getting in.
Oh, no worries. It's only 4:04.
Okay.
This time, this time I was the first to my own group.
Oh,
Signed on before. I was already like signed on at close to 10 minutes before. So it was smoother. Usually you guys are waiting for me when I've got little kinks, little
yep.
problems in all the lineup technology wise. Um okay, there we go. Hey, Tony's there as well.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah, getting set up, making notes and stuff like that. And we've got my cute little Mercedes. Where's Melissa? Oh, there she is. Come on, Mercedes. Come
Oh,
here. She was on my shoulder and she walked off right before you guys signed on. Come on, Mercedes. She's so pretty. Yeah, what daddy wanna look?
hello, precious.
Oh, I said Mercedes. She turned 14 and a half.
Wow.
Oh.
She's
Okay.
like,
Booty.
let me go.
I know. She was on my shoulder, like while just hanging. So like, you know, like a scarf or whatever. She's like a scarf. And now she's showing me her rear end. That's how they are. One moment like this and one moment like that. Not So
Uh-huh.
different than human beings. Not so different than we are. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
you see where mine is right now.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, cute on your bed.
King of the bed.
Oh yeah, definitely. How is
Oh,
everybody? Oh yeah,
puppy.
yeah. There's a little the, the Goodson dog. That's a
Yeah.
cute. The Goodson dog. Yeah. And Tony, hi. So or catch up. Anything going on? We'll catch up and then we'll talk about some good stuff. Anybody want to go first? Oh, maybe Sheila, do you want to go first because you had your birthday this week? Any
I
good
sure did.
presents?
I'm trying to convince everybody I'm 24 years young.
Yeah, right.
I love you too, Debbie. Debbie
Well,
looked at me when I said that. She goes, uh-huh.
she's not playing that game.
No.
We'll keep it
Apparently,
real.
Tony's mic is not working.
Yeah. Huh. Not sure. Now, how's your sign language? Nah, not very good. Just know a little bit, you know. Maybe it'll come up. Yeah, I'm looking at the chat stuff. Yeah. So Tony, hopefully it'll come up. I'm not sure. Yeah, what's going on for
Under your sound, do you have to change it to your headphone name?
Yeah, it worked the last few times, right? There's something glitchy going on, of course.
I didn't do it.
You didn't do it? Okay. All right, Tony. Maybe we'll figure it out for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, we family and I had a beautiful birthday celebration. This is the second birthday that I've been out of the hospital after the major ordeals that I've been through.
Yeah.
So it makes my birthdays all the more sweeter right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not intending to take that for granted either.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that with gratitude, where that we've been through the fact, like, what's it worth? Why live a day longer, right? And like, what, I woke up again, or what, another week, that type of thing, right? There's a lot going on there, besides especially tapping into our purpose, right? And why we're alive. And the greater our faith, right? Well, actually, it's interconnected because our faith automatically increases once we find our purpose. If that makes sense.
One message I got out of my sermon today that I was listening to online is that there's a lot of power of various different demons that are going around right now. Demon of tiredness, the demon of darkness, just various ones that are trying to slow us down to keep us from doing what we're supposed to be doing. And sometimes it gets so burdened down and so heavy down.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I hope I didn't say something wrong.
No. Tony might be signing on the phone, because remember, Tony, he has two methods: a computer or phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't say anything.
No, this is not like an old time group. Like, we're gonna stay real, and even if our beliefs don't jive, right? This is just how we need to be adults of things, okay? So no,
Agreed.
Don't worry, okay? Don't worry.
Agreed. But it made a lot of sense because I didn't realize how much I had been weighed down. Until only just recently. So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No, it's okay. It woke me up to quite a lot as to why I was feeling certain ways into what I was feeling. And all of it made sense.
That's what I'm thinking a lot. It almost gave me a shiver down my spine because I might have told you that, but thoughts like, why be alive, or I don't want to be alive if I am constantly so drained, right? So tired. What's the point when you're unable to do anything? And there's a lot under there in the years. Maybe trauma, maybe people in your life, your own toxic thoughts. Also, do not neglect the fact or be aware not only who's around you, but what's around you spiritually and actually here. You know, Satan owns this world. Then you got to think of here, Tony's coming in on the other, probably on the phone. Let's check. So, very important, the tiredness, right? First of all, we need enthusiasm. How do we get enthusiasm? It's always a battle, right? Drain and charge, drain and charge. Um, and the mindfulness, we need to be in being aware. Pray for awareness. What could it be, right? Or several things. And thank God, it comes and goes. Your nutrition, mind, thoughts, nutrition, right? Those are vitamins for your brain, your thoughts, what you put in your body. What are you watching? What are you eating? Mind and body all the time, right? It's a
Excuse
lot to
me.
keep track of.
Can you hear me
Tony,
now? Can you hear me
yes,
now? I had to get
yes.
off. I don't know what's going on. I had trouble with Google. It said it wasn't responding, but then it told me to basically refresh the page.
Refresh the page. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Or sign in and sign
So
back on many times.
that's what I did.
I have troubles of getting in myself too.
Uh-huh. Well, thankfully you guys are here. If it doesn't work, you keep trying, okay? That's how
Yeah.
life works, right?
Okay.
And especially with electrical stuff, we know we can fix it, right?
Yep.
Life isn't so easy. Thank God we can do this. So Sheila was talking about some things that can go under the radar. You feel it, but we quite not know where to put our, tap our finger on. And that's so, so important. Remember what you're feeding yourself. What are you watching? What are you reading? What are you thinking? Many times we're so desensitized that we might not even catch it, right? And then hopefully with prayer and having good people around, right? Remember, good people can have toxic actions and thoughts as well, right? Good people doesn't mean there were no sins involved, no bad thoughts involved, right? So be aware. All right. So any other catching up before we go and continue with what actually she was talking about with her birthday and gifts and stuff? Debbie?
On everything that you said, be thankful, for everything. Even the traumas that we went through in the past, everything that you said, I totally agree. Reason I say that 18 different times in my life, I wasn't supposed to live.
Mm-hmm.
Four of those ones is like super bad car accidents. And apparently my job's not done here. So I'm grateful for even little tiny stuff that I'm able to see another day and breathe, and my dog helps me too.
I'm trying to write down some things you said, including with Sheila. Job's not done here. And then see another day. And then you said some bunch of awesome stuff as well.
No, I was also agreeing to what you were saying too.
We're responding to each other. I love that. That's what group is for, guys. Awesome, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And 18 different times I wasn't supposed to live. And but my job isn't done here. And I'm grateful for even the tiniest things.
Grateful for the tiniest things. That's what we're going to stream right into. Tony, you wanted to say something? I thought I heard your
No,
voice.
I think it's Sheila.
Oh, I know. I heard Sheila for a moment as well. That we, the crossover electronically isn't so good.
I
Go ahead.
apologize about that. I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's going to happen over and over again. Not with you and me, but with us, okay? All right. So
We have one guilty one in the party, but they were not here today.
Hint, hint. Oh yeah, repeat offender. We know, huh? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I know. Makes a lot, but it's an enthusiasm, right? It's all that enthusiasm that can't stay plugged, you know, right? Like the cork of the champagne bottle keeps popping off. Whoosh. Oh yeah, show that one. So did Sheila show you guys her awesome, one of her awesome gifts,
Yeah,
birthday
one of
gift?
my wonderful gifts that my events coordinator put together for me. I guess mom took the sticker off, but it was a full jar of sea glass,
Gonna be awesome.
all kinds of different sea glass.
Okay.
Gonna be okay. It's like
I don't get it.
what?
I like it.
Yeah, exactly, Sheila. It's yours. Nobody can take it away from you in that
No, I
sense,
didn't
right?
say I didn't like it.
I
I said
know.
I don't get it. I
Uh-huh.
can't see it.
Oh
What
yeah.
is
Well,
it? I never heard of it.
sea glass, yeah. Like shards, pieces of different shaped glass in the color of the sea. Sea glass.
Oh,
So there's like
okay.
blues, turquoises, clear, those kind of shades.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah,
And I'm tempted to make a mosaic out of it.
I love it. So the next project, I'll show you some projects I've been making as well. Um, you guys know that I'm gonna try to LLC nonprofit, this stuff that we're doing, right? And I spend a few $100s on Wix.com. Remember, we do the Shopify or Square or whatever it is. And Wix is really good because I can schedule, right? Scheduling. Actually, I've scheduled sessions, appointments, selling, advertisements, all sorts of things, right? Merchandise. So saved up money went into that, but I need to raise more money so I can buy t-shirts in bulk, buy more art stuff, whatever it is, right? And yeah. And Sheila and I were talking about, I have an old patio set. It looks new because it's all metal, black lattice, like the chairs and the table on top. It was like cheap. You don't realize until it all breaks apart, right? Kind of like all this expensive wood furniture, and you realize it's all compressed wood chips, after it absorbs some moisture. But anyway, and so some cement and some broken shards of tile, and we'll share our art projects. And the other one is the steampunk. That's why steampunk auto creative. So I'm gonna take upcycled car parts and create steampunk artwork out of them.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
hmm So I'm working on several things and bought some paint and different grades of sandpaper, real smooth up to really coarse. So I'm thinking about that as well. Working full time and meeting up with you guys, and then Tony will do right after group. Okay, right? 20 minutes or
Huh?
whatever it is. Yeah. Oh, you don't want
Oh,
to? You
yeah. I
don't?
forgot. I was gonna ask you about that because I didn't
Yeah.
hear anything from you.
hmm And then with Wix.com, once I get it published, you guys can do it on there too. Raise money so for the time, right? Out of this, and then raise money for, the animal sanctuary, according to you know who. But we'll include people in this. The
No,
wellness
just the
retreat.
animals.
Yeah, right. I know. Okay. So any other catch up? Because we're going to gratitude. Jobs not done. I love this.
Do you have birds in your background?
They're outside doing all sorts of things.
Okay, because I thought I was going crazy. I'm looking all around my apartment going,
Okay, so it's not me either then.
Yeah, they're flying right above, right here, right above. Just kidding.
I thought
We're right
my
above.
symptoms were acting up.
What, Tony?
I
I
was
thought my
like,
symptoms were acting up.
Oh no, no, no. It's well, it's a tongue in cheek. It's real this time. You guys know that, right? Tongue in cheek. It's real this time. Anyway, yeah, they're all over. We got trees all around. I got a nice, beautiful brick wall, but you got my lemon tree and a little blossom is right here. The beautiful blossoms. Oops. And
watch out
bees.
for the bees.
Yeah, bees are buzzing, and things are growing growing here. Really, really, and I transplanted my other large sunflower, and it's a little droopy. At least the upper leaves now are not droopy any longer. I said, "Don't die on me. I created a bigger home. Didn't you want to move from a studio apartment to a large apartment or a house? Wouldn't you like that?" Yeah, a little shock, you know. Um, anyway, so it's beautiful, and the birds are all around. I'm looking at a mountain, palm tree, huge oak tree, all those things. So it's looming. Well, I should say looming, but I don't know if you see the oak tree above. Do you guys see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from the neighbors. It's huge, you know, just hanging above. That's how huge it is. You know, it's over there, but then it comes this way. So it's very, very, very nice with a little mini pool here that the dogs and I can use when it gets warmer. Okay. Okay, let's look at more faith and fear, okay? Because I'm going to use scripture that we can use. Remember, hang on to that. This is your life preserver, right? God's word, right? God of the Bible is your, the whole thing, right? The Bible, our compass, faith over fear. It is our life preserver, okay? The word of God. Anytime, or you could say the sea, swim in it as much as you can, all right? And there's no drowning. Think about that.
Yes, there
Life
is.
could be drowning. Oh, Tony, yeah. Drown in fear. I love this though. There's another scripture that I was thinking of. It might come back to me, but faith, right? Faith is like walking on water. Who walked on water with
Christ.
Jesus when all the fishermen were thinking they're going to drown because of the huge waves, right? They were fishing. Peter, right? Walked on water.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I love it though. There's so many things. I remember years ago, and I mean, would I barely, when you start growing up and you hear this verse and hear that verse, it's like, oh yeah, okay. With more wisdom in life, I'm able to see the depth, like just walking on water and things like shallow, right? But then diving underwater for more, let's see, more fruit, I guess you could say. So faith will have you walk on water or even fly through life. Fear, what does fear do? Is it
Fear hinders you.
uh-huh. And then if you walk on water on with faith, walk on faith and walk on water. What does faith do when you're with, like, when we compare the Peter walking on water? Watering down Tony. Look at that. You sink, right? You
What was
sink.
that about me?
You're downing water. That's so funny though. You did that just in
No,
the moment.
coffee.
It's perfect. Couldn't be in timed better, I tell you.
It wasn't
So,
water, it was coffee.
okay. What do you
But
say,
yours
Tony?
is
Whatever you
better.
say. Okay. I love this story. I didn't think about it until now. So you walk on water through faith, right? Fear makes you sink in all sorts of things. Now, Peter, okay. So you guys can look it up later, but I've got a lot. And then we can show artwork and then do some health stuff. And then look, it's almost 4:30 and we started at 4. Okay. Look at that. It's almost half over. Well, plan 4 to 5, right? It's been going like 4 to 6. Remember, like, what? 6:25? What, really? All right. It's like, yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I've been wanting to show you something. I know. I'm sorry, Natasha. I forgot to raise my hand.
Okay. So write it down, do something so we don't forget. That's all this stuff, right? Okay. So the story, you guys can look it up later. So Peter and the fishermen of men, right? Fishers of men. That's all that we all do. Us believers and those who want to believe and those who would like to increase their belief, right? That's all of us. And we all nurture each other so we come more to faith, increase our faith. And our faith is like the waves, the valleys of life and the mountains of life, right? The ups and downs of life. So when we walk on life, when we walk with faith and don't sink, right? That's like Peter walking on water. And here's the big point. They had the storms of life or just that stormy weather. They were fishing, catching food, right? And then the storm set in and the boat was about to capsize, right? And then they saw this ghost, like, who's there? Ghost. And they were afraid, right? They were afraid of the unknown. So what if a ghost walk on water? No. As this ghost came closer, it was Jesus. They didn't recognize him. And he was walking on water, of course. Come on, God. Isn't that fear? Doesn't fear the elements like we do. Walking on water. Be still. Jesus said, the water calmed. There were no waves. And everybody, the fishers and men, right? Looked around. They looked around. Wow. The waves calmed. The boat settled right above. And then, right? This is the exam. This is the test. Hi, Allison. We're doing hi. So you'll catch on in just a moment as I say this. Then Jesus said, calm, stop, right? The whole storm. Of course, the command, or come on, he created the universe. What is a little wind and waves, right? Calmed right away. The boat settled. Peter, come. Oh, really? Peter walked on the water as if it were just like pavement, right? Focus on Jesus, focus on God, right? He's walking. And then he took his eyes. This is the clincher, guys. The point. His eyes went off Jesus, off God. What happened then? You guys know what happened?
He sunk.
What did Peter start doing? Fear set in. He started sinking. It's amazing story, guys. It's amazing what faith over fear does. You can walk on water. What's it say? Everything's possible with God. Oh, really? Because things are still capsizing in my life. So that's what these groups do. That's what God's word does. It's an amazing story. It's an amazing story. Like, quiet down. You look around. Oh, okay. Wind stops. Waves stop. Everything settles. Peter has his eyes on Jesus, eyes on God, is able to walk. How many of you thought, like, wow, I can walk over the problems of life and things are going well because of our mindset, right? And I don't feel like that anymore. I'm so tired because there's discipline involved. Remember the fruits of the Spirit? We all have them. And I know there's so much going on. Everything to be in. I brought these cute little books. I don't have all of them. And the Bible even says there is no law against goodness, right? This is part of the fruits of the Spirit. 9 fruits, right? You got kindness. It's so cute. I got kindness. And that's goodness. Sorry, I was looking at kindness and goodness. Remember, patient. Love is patient. We need more of this, right? Patience of everything. Patience. And there are more. Self-control. That's this one, the clincher that makes everything. Got love, because I'm reading them off back here because I don't have them. I haven't found them all yet. Love, joy. Joy is different than happiness. Happiness depends on what's going on in your life, right? I'm happy right now on my birthday, for example. Joy is still being happy no matter what is going on in your life. That's the difference. Joy. Patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Okay? Allison, I'm glad you could join. So we were going on the hellos and catching up. Any news? Anything you wanna catch us up on?
No, not really. I guess I don't know. I've been dating. I'm kind of stressed out right now because I went on a date with this guy, and like, number one, he is like physically, he doesn't match up with me. Like, he can take his pick of the litter. He's like probably like a 9, and I'm like a 4 or 5. So like it automatically makes me suspicious on like what he wants with me. And it was like a bad date. Like, I embarrassed myself and stuff because I couldn't tell if I kept talking. And I was like, oh my God, he's never gonna call me again. And I didn't, but he called me again. And I was like, what? Okay. And like ever since then, and then my skeg flared up, so I don't want to see anybody. And he can sense that like I'm trying to avoid it. And every single day he's like, what are you doing? Like, to lead into, can I come over? Because he showed up at my door unannounced at 10 o'clock at night. And I didn't answer the door, and he was like calling my phone and like knocking on the door and all this shit. And I was just like, no, I'm not gonna, you can't do that. And so every day I have like been, and I don't really lie. I'm not a liar. I try and avoid doing things that I might omit some information, sure. But so I got my
That's a good
CPA
one.
on me, and I told him all these lies and
Uh-huh.
of like why he can't come over. Like, so far I've had my sister's fighting with her husband and she's staying here with me. Or my friend from Indiana is here, who happens to be my ex. You can't come over. Like, and he can tell I'm full of shit. Like, he knows. Now he's just doing it to screw with me.
Allison, why did you just tell him to get lost?
Yeah, I couldn't take it. I sent him a text. I just said, look, I'm dealing with a situation right now, and it's going to take me about a week to recover and bounce back. I'd rather not talk about it, but can you please, wait till next weekend to see me, or and he said, okay. 9 o'clock this morning, he's texting me, what are you doing? And he texted me, I'm in the area. Can I stop by? I want to stop by. I'm near. And I mean, it woke me up. And I was pissed because I'm like, at this point, he knows that it is distressing me. I told him that you are stressing me out. He knows, and he is choosing to continue to do it. That's not like, I don't know. It makes me concerned. Like, he doesn't want to just screw me. He wants to mind screw me too, like both. And who is he to? Hell no. I've already learned my lesson with.
She left her own. Was that him that you just threw to the other corner of the room?
Macy.
Love that. I love that. Do that again until he gets it, Allison. All right. So, Sheila, your hand up. I'm not sure, Sheila, if you wanted to comment on Allison or something else.
It was something else, but I can wait.
Okay. You can wait. Okay. Don't forget it. Now, there are so many things that Allison said that is like a whole collection of wrongs with this individual, like a whole collection. And
Apparently.
what Allison, apparently, and Allison knows what to do. Any comments? Any comments? Any guidelines? Any, like?
I'm afraid to ask where they're being met from.
Tinder.
Oh.
But on my Tinder profile, it says I don't do hookups. It says, like, I'm not interested in hookups. I'm here to,
Okay.
I don't know what I said. It's been so long.
All right.
But it does specifically state no hookups. Don't even swipe on me.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing because I don't know where these tears of laughter are coming from. I'm sorry. Now,
You're happy to see us all. That's why.
that's right. Thank you, Tony. Thank you for bailing me out. Debbie has her hand up. Now, one thing is, you said on Tinder, no hookups, but why was Tinder created?
For hookups.
That's why I'm laughing. That's why I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at you, Allison.
Well,
I'm laughing at the fact.
That's what I thought too. When I first, and believe me,
Yeah, I
I
know.
resisted signing up. But my friend, who was a guy who I used to date, but we're friends now. He was encouraging me. He's like, you need to go on Tinder. I'm like, are you crazy? And he's like, trust me, you might be pleasantly surprised. And he is Jehovah's Witness, okay? He does not do hookups. He's Jehovah's Witness. And he's like,
It's like saying
yeah, we should give
Catholics.
it a go.
It's like saying Catholics don't have sex outside of marriage.
Unless it's with the
I'm
preacher.
sorry. We're being we're being very, very facetious right now. And I love the thing what Allison does with her hair. That's great. I love that. It just makes it more colorful. Thank you, Allison. Debbie, you had your hand up.
Yeah.
Tony, stop laughing at me. Debbie. Tony's gonna roll off the bed. Okay, Tony, take it easy.
I've already fallen once, so I don't need to fall again.
All right, Debbie.
Allison, whatever you do, keep doing what you're doing. Keep setting a time limit and don't let it overstep your boundaries.
Exactly. Ooh.
Debbie,
When you say time limit,
now I see why you told.
Oh, Sheila, you're next.
Go ahead.
I didn't, yeah, Sheila had her
I
hand
said,
up
when you
before.
say
Block
time
his
limit, what do you
number.
mean? Time limit for what? Hello?
Block his
Oh, Debbie?
number.
Debbie, that was you. Allison is responding to your comment about keep those time limits, the boundaries.
Yes.
Okay, what time limits? Oh, like, I'm confused.
Maybe Allison wasn't aware that she said that, but we caught it. So Debbie.
Yeah, I was paying attention. Definitely. After a certain time, don't accept phone calls or don't come over. So now with me, I would set the limit, or I used to set the limit at 8:00 p.m. That may be early for some people, but
Oh,
I'm sorry. It was 9 a.m. It was 9 in the morning.
Oh,
Just
dude.
block his number.
okay, look. If
people-
it's breakfast time or dinner time or midnight snack, if you don't want this guy, you don't want this guy. Okay. So
Well, yeah. Well,
No.
like I was like, I mean, I like him. Of course, I like him. Who wouldn't like him? But now I'm starting to see that there's something. He's not exactly an open book, and anytime I ask him questions or try to start a conversation over text, he ignores it. But then he asks me a question and expects an answer. So
Oh.
he's controlling the conversation. He's controlling the information that I get, and he's taking in more information than he is giving. And it makes me like, I've been in abusive relationships, and this is like bringing back old feelings, of how things start and how much worse they can get. So
What?
I don't
This is
I
a
don't think
red
he was
alert?
like wanting that with me, because I think what he wants is a free prostitute. That's what I think.
Uh-oh.
All right. Well, first of all, I put down in the comments. What did I put? This is red alert. What is the red alert? Narcissist.
Oh, is that what that meant?
Now, anybody want to describe to me red alert? I mean, they're mild narcissists. They'll call you narcissist because you won't put up with it and you got to take care of yourself. And like, you take care of yourself, I'll take care of myself. Narcissist. Oh, yeah,
I
right.
would just block the number if that's the way she feels.
Well, he already knows where she lives. That's the problem, too.
Put a
Okay.
restraining order on him.
Okay. All right. So Debbie, Sheila. Okay, Debbie, go first, then Sheila.
For what I was also gonna say is, if you've been hurt once, you can be hurt again. My thing is, I've learned from experience. I back off and just make a statement. Don't be afraid. Like Natasha, the fear. Don't be afraid. Hey, I've been hurt so many times. I really don't want to go through this, but then each individual is different. That's what I went and experienced, and they leave me alone.
Sheila?
Just
Fair.
Oh, I'm sorry,
You
Denny.
First of all, red alerts means definitely pay attention to signs of behavior. This is why Debbie, for the longest time, has been trying to get it through my head. Don't meet people offline. It can be extremely dangerous. Not to scare you overly so, but red alerts are huge, huge things. These are probably how people are in their everyday life. This is what they walk by, they talk by, they live by. And I have to partially speak from experience because I've met some not so nice guys online, Allison. I've been there, done that. I've got the t-shirt. Almost literally, if it was made, it'd be one I would buy.
Sorry.
Um,
Yeah.
I just
Wow,
want
yeah.
you to be extremely careful
Yeah.
Mhm.
because there have been some bad things that have happened through Tinder.com that I've heard about that I don't want to scare you with because I don't want to trigger you. But let's just say they're not very good things.
Yeah. Tony, did you want to say what you wrote or no?
Oh, I thought that you guys would see it.
Yeah, we did. Uh-huh. And I'm
I don't know if
typing
Allison
here.
saw it.
Go ahead. Mhm.
I don't know if I can get a restraining order because he hasn't threatened me with any Harvard. He hasn't, like.
But
Okay.
he's harassing you.
Okay,
It's
let's
harassment.
it's still harassment. Now, see how desensitized we are? Before Allison signed on, remember I talked about desensitization? How many things tolerant, like boiling, let's just say how you boil a frog alive, like slowly increase the temperature of the
Ew.
water till it's too
How mean!
too late. Well, I'm glad
I'm
that everybody
very-
caught on to the point. At least we got some reactions. Very good.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be verbose.
I don't know why you guys are upset. You're not being boiled alive in water, are you? Maybe you are.
Yes.
Allison, you could be. Here's the thing. Stalkers, narcissists. Now, let's take the vampire. So in folklore, how does a vampire can't get into your house, right? Why? What have you not done
He
yet?
has to be invited in.
Aha. Clincher. Allison, that's your bottom line point right there. You invited him in on the phone, well, on Tinder, right? Connection right there.
Mhm.
On the phone number it has now, also has now your front door. The only thing left is what?
You allowing him
The window?
in.
Opening up the actual physical door. And then what?
And then he
Biting
doesn't
Game
ever call me
your neck.
again.
Game is not over. Game is on. Even more so for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he seems to enjoy toying with me, and I think it's sick. I think he's like a kitty cat that's like catching a bird and just fucking with it. Sorry about the F-bomb.
That's a good one. It's a good tongue-in-cheek, good mood. What you're in, like you're like, I'm not taking this, and then you're very expressive. Like this is what's happening. So, what is the plan? What's the plan?
The plan is, I don't know. He basically got to. I think I was half asleep when I responded. But he basically like made it pretty clear what he was after, and I had already known this, and I'm like, that's why he's not, taking the time to like get to know me, or he doesn't want a conversation with me. He wants to know when he could come over. So I don't know what I said, but he was like, listen, you said that you were interested and you haven't told me any different. And I said, no, I'm not interested in hooking up. I don't want to hook up. And I'm sorry if there was any confusion, but I don't.
Okay.
And
So confusion, not. Tony, your hand up, and I want you to think about, and you guys and self, when you're in that situation, are you giving mixed signals? Think about that, Tony.
Okay. I'm going to open up myself here a little bit, and I've never shared this with anybody. except the person I was dating at the time. I was at a job, and my manager and I hooked up for a while, and it got back to the office, and even though it was our own time and stuff, her she had a partner, but her partner and her weren't getting along. Well, anyways, so I called her. Well, it came back that I was harassing her, and they threatened me with a restraining order and fired me from my job, even though she said that we. So, as for harassment, just for calls, that is a good reason right there. And then he's showing up at your door. It's
Mhm.
still harassment. I
Yeah.
didn't get a restraining order on me because I was like, I'm calling, it's work related or whatever. And what we did on our own time was a whole nother thing. And she agreed, but she went and put me on the bus. And she started this. So that's what I'm saying. Harassment, it still could be a restraining order. Block his calls because you don't want to be put in that position. Shows up at the door, call the police. Tell them you don't want him there. Start getting a paper trail. Does that make sense?
You have everything on the phone, right?
Yeah,
You have everything on the
I
phone.
think that that is definitely something to keep in mind. I want to go ahead and give him a chance to. He is not a stupid guy, but the fact of the matter is, I have not said no. I'm not interested in getting physical with you. I have not said that like pure as day yet. It needed to be said, and just to get crystal clear. And also, I had to say I can't handle any more stress. You're stressing me out. Give me till next weekend. And then, so yeah, that could be a big signal because I'm still saying I'm interested in like hanging out and talking, but I need to give him a chance to adhere to what I'm saying first. And then maybe I have a leg to stand on.
Okay. Why are you giving this person a chance? Now let's search. You told him you're not going to allow him to get physically close, sexually, I suppose. Now, why are you giving this person a chance when? I mean, you reviewed it. You opened the book, put it in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
You're listening to what we're saying. Sheila will be back in a moment. You guys saw that. So, the warning signs and the big warning signs are there, and it can only get worse. Okay, so why look deep down unless you don't have to look deep down and it's very obvious to Allison and we can give her feedback? Why are you giving him a chance?
Because I was interested in talking to him because he's smarter than I am, and that intrigues me. And he has a lot more of a different kind of world experience than I have had, and I enjoyed like just talking with him and like hearing what he has to say. He doesn't talk. He doesn't like chatterbox, but what he sums things up pretty cleanly in like one or two lines, and then offers like different perspectives on like why that is the way it is or what that means. And I don't know, and I was just like I just wanted to like get to know him more, but then my skin flared up and I'm like, oh hell no, nobody, he's like, you can't see me like this. And like I barely even go out to take Macy out, so I have been like putting him off, but now I'm starting to see that now that he knows that he is causing me stress and he's continuing to do it, either he's sick or he just like wants to know like let's just like be clear here, let's get it clear, and he might just leave me alone because he like what he was wanting is gone, and I don't know, like.
Okay, Allison, I still have not heard the real answer why you keep him in. I think you're beating around the bush. I mean, that's my personal opinion.
I'm curious about him.
Okay, you're curious. Okay, let's get close. You know, when you play that, you're closer, hot, colder, cooler. So I'm not maybe I'm not buying it, but that's maybe not the right phrase, but I still don't think either you're not admitting to yourself or maybe you would not like to say what the
That I
real
want
reason is.
attention. He's paying attention to me. It's bad attention, but
Well,
like I don't
well,
get
yeah.
attention like hardly ever. I don't leave my apartment. I
Okay.
don't.
Not a bad thing. Attention. Not a bad thing. Before I say my own, let's get you guys' input. Sheila.
Honestly, Allison, opening that doorway at all is going to get you in trouble. You open that doorway, you invite it in. You invite it in, it's going to corrupt you.
Agreed, 100%.
You have to be so diligently careful not to be desensitized to what we feel is normal. This is not normal at all.
Okay, Debbie.
What I've experienced with, I gave the few guys that I used to date one or two chances, and it depended on who it was and what the situation was, and everything. They totally lost my trust, and to this day, I still have. It doesn't matter who it is or what the situation is. I still have a trust issue. I personally, my opinion, um, there's too many. From what I hear and trying to pick up, personally, I think there's too many red flags, and I have a trust issue with that.
Well,
That's just
yeah, there's a lot. Like, I mean, reference the Bible again. Do not trust in man, because anytime our heart is fickle, right? Our heart is wicked, and we don't like to hear that because we know we mean well, and then it doesn't turn out that well, even as benign as that, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to say a few other things. There is, okay, like drugs. Being alone, lonely, is kind of like a super bad drug withdrawal, right? We're not meant to be lonely. Alone is different, where, hey, I need my time now. Everything's so busy, full-time job, or never time just for myself, right? Alone time, right? A, alone. To be alone, right? Your time. You need that for nourishment. But being lonely should nobody should be, right? Now deep down, if we want attention, deep down, if we allow somebody in when we already instinctively know we shouldn't, we still bypass all those warning signs because we still want, it's like that drug, right? And it's a bad comparison, but we know for the drug calls all of our being, right? Everything really strong. It's built in us not to be alone. And why? Biblically as well. Why did God create man, humans, man and woman? Why? Did he have to? No, of course not.
Or I don't know why.
You did, you guys. And also we talked about it. For fellowship. It is in our nature. It is in our divine nature to be in fellowship. That's what we've talked about. Loneliness, being alone too long, isolation. Okay, that's the term, right? We know this in our world. Isolation is not good. COVID-19, why more people died from isolation than from the COVID? You guys know this, right?
I did
And
not.
I'm not pulling this out of my hat. This is what from actual government sites, okay, that they published, right? That came out after. And people isolated. You've seen these pictures where families are touching through glass, right? Our hand on the glass, isn't that isolation? God created us for fellowship. So that means we need to fellowship. Right now, we're fellowshipping. So, all right. So, putting ourselves in danger because we are alone. We do that. I've done it.
Well, it's challenging because because of, I don't work, and I don't have a job to where I can meet people. I'm not like active. I don't have a home church where I'm like active in.
Yeah.
And I mean, my life is basically just going to doctor's appointments and then just like keeping my my apartment afloat. Like I'm running a household by myself, so I have all the administration of that, and that's it. Like, and I do art. That's it. So when I don't have a car, it's hard to go meet somebody on a date. It is hard. I have to spend an hour and a half on the bus each way, and then I have to like figure out how to get to that building without them seeing me get off the bus. And
I
if I'm
just had an
sweating,
idea.
go and clean up before I meet them, so they don't know that I don't have a car right off the bat. And it's a lot easier when you can just be like, you can talk to somebody that you're interested in, and then bippity boppity boo, it's like a party in your living room. It's like you don't have to do shit. Like the party comes to you, and it's like fast food, and I need some healthy food.
Yeah. Good comparison. I like that. I like how real Allison is keeping it, for sure. Right? Down to earth. So now that we hit the hammer on the nail, so to speak, right? Now, had this idea. If we raise enough money, we'll start off with renting a van, getting us all together, and then actually doing something together. Our mental health ministry Ephesians 6 group going on, right? Picnics, anybody. And eventually, and I'm going to use all this day to go through everything. I already worked this week, as you told, on Wix.com, starting to publish, and paid a few $100s for the year. You have to pay a full year, for that. Then more money and stuff. So raise money so people can make donations. You know what I mean? And then the artwork can be done. And I can't accept payments until I get my licensure, my LLC for this nonprofit, right? So I have to save up money to get the LLC paid for, so I can accept payments, sign up on. I have a PayPal account. Then say, hey, enter your LLC number. Shoot, again, going in circles. All this stuff, right? Yeah, I'm not sure where some people are this week. Not sure. I haven't checked my phone. My phone's inside, and I've got like 25 pages open on my computer right here. I can look. I've got Google Voice right here, but I do for other people. But I like how Allison is keeping it real, how we are keeping it real. I'm going to have a call on Debbie in a moment. Feel like a radio broadcaster right now. Anyway, so we are created for fellowship, okay? And I know I was going to, and I love this book again, and I'll try to look for more because it was published. I don't know. I looked at the publishing date. It was like 1999, whatever it is. So sometimes they stop publishing, right? I would love to get this version enough hits. Okay, drug related, I know. Hits as possible, or online hits as possible. Natasha, really? You don't have a life like that? Well, yeah, we always criticize or point fingers. Anyway, so get enough so maybe they could republish, or we can find enough. But in here, we didn't get 2 because it's already 5, but we'll do more. We'll talk a little more on faith over fear. And I've got all cool verses, and I'm going to rattle them off in a moment before we say a final prayer for our group ends, right? If anybody wants to say something. And then health, artwork, and Debbie, go ahead.
The question, all those little books, just out of curiosity, where would you get all those little books at? Goodness, kindness.
Different stores. Yeah,
okay.
Different stores. Online, different stores. Even the Dollar Tree has a lot, when there is a really cool wrapping paper. I looked all over online and happened to be at the Dollar Tree, and I saw this cool wrapping paper, and so I kept going back to getting that wrapping paper for the stuff I sell online. And then, books, okay. And then I saw, like these little books, and so
That's what I'm talking about.
these, the 9 fruits of the spirit. And I'm holding up, if you guys can see the 9 fruits right there.
Okay.
And I want to order enough. I mean, they're now $1.25, right? And they used to be $1. Of course, inflation is crazy. I remember just this past week, this is Walmart. Remember Walmart had the slogan, and I say had, maybe they still do, but I haven't seen it. I heard it for a while. Save money, live better. I haven't
Yeah.
heard that for a while, but they used to say that, right? And I haven't
Mhm.
seen that because you used to go to Walmart and you used to get better prices, right? Some things,
Mhm.
oh, a $5 sweatpants, woohoo! Like, for example, right? Not 35. However, even the prices there aren't that cheap anymore. So save money, live better. I don't
Mm-mm.
see that because of the inflation and the dollar street. And it's $1.25. And you can buy, like, you have to order like a 15, 20, 25, depending if you buy canned fruit at a case or glasses at a case. I'm not sure. And I'm not sure how much they're going to sell these in the pack for. Of course, I would like to sell each book for $3 instead of $1.25. Why? First of all, I make the order. I have to put it online. That's work, right? That I'm doing for free. But hopefully with a so-called little mini profit for $1.25, you're getting paid $1.25 for each thing you're putting up. Think about that. That's like reselling, right? The point is that work is free, going there, buying it, or buying the bulk. The $1.25 on $1.25, $3, if I would post it up, would be honestly to raise money for the ministry, okay? So we can do things. So that's where. Okay. Now I mentioned
I don't mean to interrupt. But I have a gift. I have a little present for you, like a teacher's gift. I'm sucking up. But no, I have a small present for you, and I didn't know if you have like a PO box that I could mail it to, or a mailing address if you want to get that information out or not, or just any address you can pick it up at.
Oh, are you talking to me, Allison, directly? Me?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to play stupid, but I appreciate it. I will let you know, okay? Because what
Okay.
I will start doing, also the money, I'm gonna get a PO box instead of like I had one for when I sell stuff or people ship stuff to me, a PO box. I just have to renew it instead of using my personal. I don't want this to happen like Allison's admirer shows up in the front doorstep. Not like you would show up in the front doorstep, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like anybody's like selling online, or if somebody has, this ministry, how people just come. I've seen like with people I watch online, like they have a million viewer online following, and they raise like this garden, right? And they have these cool videos. Hey, they showed up on my front doorstep or at my homestead. Like, no, not really. That's what I mean. Like, oh, all right, hey, I'm gonna renew that, okay, and then we'll talk further, okay? Remind me, guys.
Oh, cool.
For the
Because I have
business
something
stuff.
I have for you too.
Oh,
I just haven't said nothing.
yeah, and who still owes me? Maya the Bee.
Yes. No,
Uh-huh.
it wasn't Maya the Bee.
No,
I
okay.
made you
I know, but remember this person
uh-huh.
before, yeah, before I had to resign due to
Uh-huh.
That vessel of water with
Uh-huh.
shininess has never arrived.
Yep.
Okay, so I did a shout out to this author, and I have one of the books, and I didn't see it at first. It's like forward by Leanne Rhymes. You guys know Leanne Country?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
And so
Wide
this
open
is
spaces.
really cool. Dr. Minnie Peltz. This is one of the books I bought. And fasting, right? Fast like a girl. Like, pretty cool. Because women have different hormones than men. Yeah, kinda, maybe, right? So so I wanted to do that.
And what if you're in between?
And here's her, I think, because this is her photo. It's pretty cool. Minnie Peltz. And she looks like, healthy, and she has awesome. So check her out. She's this awesome. I'm kind of mimicking her in a good way, okay? Awesome energy, you know? I'm thinking, I could imagine her like being an athlete or, like those, right? And then on one of the videos I saw on her, she said, yeah, athlete or like running marathons or whatever it is, like, oh, of course, because she looks like it, looks like it. And this is a really good picture of her. I love this picture. But online, look her up on YouTube, Fast Like a Girl. I mean, so there's that. So Woman's Guide to Using the Healing Power of Fasting to Burn Fat, Boost Energy, Balance Hormones, right? So, and remember, we drink so many plastic bottles. That's our hormone disruptor, right? Plastic accumulation of things, what they spray in the air, everywhere, food, tainted foods we eat. I love this fast food versus slow cooked food relationship. I love that. That should be a slogan on Allison's t-shirts, okay? Okay, that's the book that I wanted to show you. This one we talked about, and I wanted to go into more faith over fear stuff that I wrote down. I'll end it in a moment. So remember the green grass? I know that's great advertisement for sun food, right?
No, lawnmower grass.
I know. It's like, oh, I really want to buy that. Sign me up. Right. Yep. But we already know years and years. And when they have 25, 30% off, like once a year, like Black Friday, I save up money and buy like 5 bags of those and things like that, So here's another one. I know that's not the one you bought, Tony or Allison, but remember group years back, there's another one. Whole food. It sounds like fermented. What? Who would want fermented? But if you know the science of food, where fermentation means it's more accessible, and like sprouting seeds, that sprouting seeds make the vitamins and minerals more bioavailable. Somehow I have cotton mouth right now. I don't know why. It's hard to say the R's and everything else. To dry, I need to drink some water, right? And people are laughing at me again. I'm not looking at anybody specific. All right. So 100% fermented organic proteins and greens. Look, 21 grams of vegan protein. So if you are a carnivore or if you are vegan, vegetarian, this is all good, right? So 35 fermented grasses. There we go. Tony's favorite thing. Fruits, vegetables, and comprehensive.
I'm a rabbit.
We'll fight for the food with rabbits, right? Comprehensive mushroom complex. You know that mushrooms, right, have really good healing. And ashwagandha also helps with adrenal burnout. We're not going to talk about that, but stress, right? Our adrenals. That's why rebound. You guys remember how kids instinctively know to bounce on the mattress when parents tell you no, you're going to ruin the bed? You guys know this, right? Bouncing.
No more jumping up.
Bouncing.
The monkey song.
You know that you buy grown-up version instead of, okay, toss out an old mattress, throw it in the backyard and bounce, okay? Do that. That'd be a cheap, inexpensive, and free rebounder. Unless you want to buy a rebounder. You know what those rebounders are, right? You guys know? You're kind of moving my hand like this. Like the things in the car with a moving body, Anyway, that you have in the car. The little dog, Chihuahua, right?
Well, that
Right?
made my neck pop. That
Okay.
wasn't
I'm
smart.
trying to get a picture of that container, and it's just not coming up.
So I'm going to freeze it. And so the company, I actually buy it's non-GMO. That's another thing, you guys. Please watch out. And I was going to buy the good old Campbell soup, like cans to have backup, like tomato soup or chicken noodle soup, right? The classic. Some states have it. Some states don't mandate it. But now, ringneck doves are risking their lives with my little baby Ebony watching on. They're getting gutsy. Doves are usually not gutsy. Doves are, right? I mean, pigeons are. Wandering, looking for birdseed. Right in front of her nose. This is funny. Ding, 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 ding. Walking. Like, oh, is a dog in the yard? Is a dog in the yard safe? Flew up right now. That's funny. I'm talking about you. Setting a
Mhm.
bad example of the others when cats are in the yard, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, back to the thing. They are now having to list on the back, when if it's not non-GMO, made with, or one item in this can is bioengineered. Have you guys seen that? Be aware, bioengineered, thinking, what, the good old Campbell soups or other products,
A lot of stuff is saying that now. I've noticed that.
Our
It's like,
food,
what am I
not
eating?
food. We are living in a virtual reality. Oh, and I love that. I was reading something in the Bible as well. See how one thing goes in another? This, what we think is real, well, I smell it. Smells like lemon. you know? I kicked the table. It hurts. I'm looking at Ebony going into her little mini pool. Watch, watch, watch. See Ebony in the pool? Where's she? Shoot, there she is. What are you
She
doing,
likes that
Ebony?
pool.
There we go, Ebony. All right. She loves to dig up dirt. I buy bags of garden stuff and I mix it up and they dig it up and mix it for me. It's funny. All right. Bioengineered. We live in a virtual reality, food world or virtual reality. So what we think is spiritual feels all light and airy and esoteric. It's not. That's more real. Battlefield, the spiritual battlefield we have, right? Than this. So this is actual virtual reality. The Matrix comes to mind. Virtual reality versus the spiritual world, which is more real than this. Ooh, food for thought, people. It's like the punchline of this group today. All right. Bioengineered on cans now. It's like, wow, this is giving heavy duty. Fresh food made with real cheese, made with real meat. Really? And somebody going crazy with their car over there. Really? Look at what type of world we're living in, right? Okay. So artwork. Anybody want to show artwork they did this week or continued? Sheila's hand made up first, and then Allison. Go ahead,
I
Sheila.
just made mine. It's
You
a
just
little
made.
waterfall.
Oh, look at that! Isn't that cute? Look at the marbles too. I love that. Hey,
Okay, everybody
I
froze.
love it. Everybody froze. You're still there, Tony.
And I used blue glitter glue. So when the blue glitter glue would run
Anybody
down,
else have?
it looked like water.
Wow, that would be. You know what? If you ever wanna, maybe I'll buy it from you with pens. This would be a collaborative thing. What if I make a steampunk something with a waterfall element? Who knows? But if you want to make that, and remember, we're talking about selling your stuff online. If you just want it for you, or if you want to give publicity to the ministry, we can still, talk about that, and put it in writing and whatever it is, right? So
Hey
I
guys,
like that. It's a waterfall.
I
That's
don't mean to
really cool.
rush. I've got somebody coming into my apartment and I don't want them to interrupt.
No,
I
that's
will
good. It's
catch y'all
5:15.
next week.
I
I love
appreciate
you
it. Bye,
all.
Sheila. Bye.
Allison, stay very careful, stay very safe. And I hope you understand why I'm saying that.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. It only takes one psychopath. It only takes one.
Agreed. All right. Hasta la vista.
I love you. Bye.
Mwah.
And Tony, Tony will come back probably. Oh, yeah, because Tony just said that she's trying to say something or the video, something's going on there. All right, Allison, share your video. I mean, share your artwork. Sorry about that.
Okay, so
You cute Macy May. I love that.
new,
Macy May.
I have a new activity that I've been wanting to try for like 5 years now, but it's something that is not like I've been putting off buying it because like I need another activity that I'm gonna play with for like a week and then it's gonna collect dust. So but
We do that. We do
took
that.
fun because for this year, or I mean last year Christmas, I wanted to save money, so I wanted to make people bookmarks, like handmade bookmarks, and
Yeah.
my mom was like, no, don't give him bookmarks. Blah, blah, blah. And then for Christmas, she got me a something from Timu. She has like a huge like Timu addiction going on, and so she got me a bunch of like blank or paper bookmarks with tiny little rhinestones that you glue on into the
Oh,
pattern
really?
shape. And I was like, I'm not gonna give people bedazzled, you know, bookmarks for Christmas.
Allison, were
And
you
so,
weren't on last week, but remember Debbie Jennifer's new artwork with all the little beads that she's doing now? Reminded me of that. But yeah, Jennifer's doing that with like a
well,
little artwork.
I gave it to my niece for her birthday, for her 12th birthday, as something maybe we can do together to kind of spend some quality time together, you know. But I'm going to my original idea, which is getting these blank a pack of 40 of these blank bookmarks and a wood burner. So here is my first attempt, and I just gave up because it was gonna look like shit. So I just gave up.
Oh, so wooden bookmarks with a wooden burner? That's awesome.
This is my first completed one.
All right, let's see if I can pin so I can make this larger. Oh, I love it. Astronaut with stars. What do you think, guys? I love it. Wood, that's great. And what else you have? I'm watching.
And this is my third one that I've only started. I'm just Macy. No, ma'am, this is not your turn to talk. So I started with the pencil. I'm on top of it. I'm gonna do a fairy sitting there.
Oh, a fairy with a coffee?
On top of the coffee mug.
Macy May wants her 15 minutes of fame too, you know. That's
Come
cute.
here, Macy. Say
I love
hi.
that name, Macy May. That just gives her so much personality. She has a lot. Oh, so beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Our creatures, huh? That God created for us to lift us up, for sure. Cute. I love that wood burning. Before I go to Debbie, because Debbie had her hand up. That's another thing. Let me reveal one of the many addictions I have, okay? When I strike a match and I light my gas stove or I go camping, I make sure the match lights up and almost goes to the end, and then I snuff it out, and then I whiff in the smoke of campfire. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the big reveal. So I love so that's why
Well, I did not know that. Thank you for sharing.
yeah, that's why woodworking. When we were in
Love
the
it.
studio, when we were in the studio and we used to do woodworking, and I would be like, oh, I'd walk into the studio and I'd smell like the campfire. It's like, oh, I want to be here longer. So I love that. You know, it probably is not healthy for you, but those little mini
I think it
sessions
smells like popcorn,
of
like burnt popcorn.
campfires. Oh, burnt, yeah, popcorn, yeah. But I love that. So Debbie, what were you gonna? I love that you're doing the woodworking with wood bookmarks. I think that's an awesome idea. The one with the fairy. Okay, Debbie, go ahead.
I do wood burning too. It's good to see you doing that. And how I learned is I watched one of the other people at the studio do it. I'm like, if he can do it, then I can do it. And
I've seen your work and it's awesome, Debbie. Yeah, I like your.
and don't give up. I'm one of those that I take on any challenge that comes my way.
Yeah. Well, definitely. I mean, there is a skill. There is like a learning curve. But the thing about it is that it is a very affordable craft. I spent like maybe like $20, $25 on that wood burner kit. And I actually got 2 of them so that I could do it with somebody else. And then these bookmarks, like maybe $15 for 40 of them. And I think they're good gifts that, you know, people can, if they like it, they can, you know, use it. If they don't, then they can like lose it. So it's whatever, you know.
Nice one.
And that's wood burning. I found also what I was told at the studio. That's one of my strongest areas, besides the painting, is the wood burning.
You know, it goes back into you don't give up. That's the thing. Find, experiment, you know, good with good stuff, because how do you know? Many times looking at, yeah, she's walking through my Miss Ebony. But sometimes what we naturally gravitate towards is our gift, right? We can have more than one gift. I don't believe we're created in the image of God. Why limit us ourselves to just one thing, you know? We can do more than one thing. And it is proven to us, really. And another way to discover that is to experiment. Go out, even when we have fear, you know. It- from you guys know the story about public speaking for me versus having that fear and then no longer really thinking of it any longer. Um, all sorts of things. Experiment, check things out, do your research. Like go just like window shopping online, so to speak, right? Like what can you discover? Because one, like down the rabbit hole, right? One that, oh, I didn't even know this existed or that existed, and you put in this search and then this pops up, like, oh yeah, really? And then try this out, try that out. Oh, I'm not gonna like it. How you know? And then you give it a try a few times, remember? You just really explore. Life is about exploration, not being in that little box, right? That's what life is. And then that will help you discover your purpose. Remember, again, we are created in God's image, right? So we can do so much, first of all, right? Then if he's a creator and we're created in his image, we're creators as well, right? Maybe not from nothing, but we take things, right? And create something from that. And that, is so beautiful. You guys know you get energized by doing that. That can be your service, right? Your purpose as well. And then keep doing that, and things will blossom from there. I don't like evolve, that's like without purpose, like boom, from a little tadpole came human beings. Oh, that's a good one. Thank you. Thank you so much. But all right. Debbie, you had any hand up?
Yeah, may I share something that I did out of wood burning?
No, of course.
It's,
This is what
it's,
we're sharing artwork right now.
it's a saying. It says, "Never give up." I created. I'll try to see if I can get it.
Yeah. Yeah, let me pin. Let's see. Oh yeah. Wow, you had patience of wood burning each letter. I tell you that.
May I read
Right?
it to you guys?
Okay, let's see. Let's take it. Like hold it still. Yeah, put it more in the. Oh yeah, I thought a little bit.
May
Three
I read
quarters of
it?
it was in there.
May I read it?
Yes.
The title of it is "Never Give Up." Never forget how far you never forget how far you've come. Everything you have gotten through, all the times you have pushed on, even when you felt you couldn't. All the mornings you got out of bed, no matter how hard it was. All the times you wanted to give up, but you got through another day. Never forget how much strength you have developed along the way. Never give up.
It's a
And
good
that
one.
portrays and everybody, even your so-called normal people, goes through that.
For
See,
sure.
that's why I don't like labels. And I'll tell you this: our modern psychiatry likes to label everything.
Yeah.
So that's
But
that's really anti-God. Think about it. Does God label you? Really? Well, believer, non-believer, faith was not. We don't get labeled with limited things, right? Throughout, it tells you how you could be more powerful in the sense of you are more than what you think you are, right? Right? The world
yep.
world always likes to put on limits. Well, yeah, okay. I can't walk well or I can't see well, but we're talking about the mind here, right? So what do you guys think about when we use the word disability?
Everybody on earth has a disability, whether some is visual than others.
Mhm. Do you really think of your disability when you're creating your artwork?
No,
When you're creating?
no.
Mm-hmm.
Well, where's your focus? Is your focus in creating, or is your focus on yourself and your limits?
I'm
Well,
not creative.
Think so. That's what I want you to think about, right?
mine is because it presents a lot because
Tell
of
me.
vision.
Okay,
Because
vision.
so it does get in the way.
Uh-huh. I was really small, right? On my vision. So glasses or contacts, as you know, right? All my life. So when people complain about, shoot, I wear glasses now, like, yeah, as if I'm interested. I know, that's not good.
Oh, how mean!
See, see, because I've been carrying this burden, right, all my life, and when I was limping through my, after my accident, right, and every time I walked was like little dabs of knives, blades, things like that. It's like, yeah, this is how people feel. Not really. I'm only trying to identify, empathize, right? Because I'm not them. So for me saying, I know how you feel, for me, it's more like a slap in the face. I have to be careful like that, It's like I tried, I think, see, that's a word I don't like. I think of how the other person may feel. That allows us to feel more empathetic with people, right? The compassion for other people's pain and suffering, right? Through our own suffering, right? So like, oh, okay. That's what it means. Is like, I know how you feel, right? Because I have a hard time walking. You have a hard time walking. It's the punchline is it's not easy.
Right.
What do we do? What do we do? So I
Go
know,
on.
and that's how Tony explained that. Like, yeah, the vision, how when you don't see well, right? How do you deal with that to create your artwork? You
But it
press
gets
on.
in the way. It does get in the way because you can't see
Yeah,
lines and stuff.
yeah, it does.
So that's what I'm saying. You're like, well, then what are you focusing on? Well,
Mhm.
when you're trying to do it,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
it's
asking those
all
questions. So that's why asking those questions, that's what Debbie said, don't give up, right? Several times. You come through that, let's just say you're on this path, road of life, right? With all these forks in a road, right? What choices do you make? Do you make the right ones? All the warning signs, like we talked with Allison's, right? Stop, no, don't do this. Precaution, proceed with caution. Don't go down this road, please. Take this one. Nah, it's okay. We'll be okay. Whoop. Anyway, don't give up is another one, right? So think about your all your meandering road, ups and downs, the troughs, the valleys, and the mountains, right? The high and low of life. Don't give up. Think about that as Peter walking on water, faith over fear. That's when you need to focus on, okay, keep the faith. I know that's a cliche now, right? Easier said than done. Fear, are you going to make decisions of this or this? This or this? Will you sink? Will be able to, at least it will make you swim, right? When you don't give up. Remember, I'm talking about, I think I'm drowning in life. And that's why I'm going to give you, and I'm going to, for anybody watching this and coming back, and I'll call on Tony in a moment. I'm going to, because next week I really want to go into faith over fear, some things that you can lean on in scripture that I have, right? And I'm going to, I have them written down and I'll write them down in the post below. You guys can follow up on that or rewind this and then see it, and I'll do that. Tony?
I don't remember exactly what that text was, how it was written, but that's the thing you admired. You always said that you admired about me. I never gave up. I
Mhm.
fought through everything.
You were one of the hardest workers in groups all the time. now showing up like coming like extra, you know, and I don't want anybody to feel like what? No, like in groups. Debbie, you only saw me when I went to the warehouse, you know, and you weren't in the other, so not like that. And Allison yourself, you know, with things with lockdowns and stuff, and those who came, who could come, you know, um, after and before. So don't take that like personal, right?
Well, no, because even my counselor was telling, because I told you my mom has to go everywhere with me,
Mm-hmm.
and we were coming out, and she said that I've never. Oh, it was the goal that the place has for me, which we both did not agree on, and about navigating my appointments on my own. You know, I used to do that
Mhm.
already, and now
Yeah.
I do it with two people. But she said that she was saying that, like you, I always thought I would come in, and you know this too. I'd have a procedure or surgery, and I'd come in the next day or the same day and continue. Or
Mhm.
like when you tried helping me walk around in the office and stuff. So she said that when it comes to that, I'm very strong.
See, it's interesting many times, and I had this thought, and another that I wouldn't interrupt as well. The thought, many times, and it's obvious, we are a lot stronger than we think we are. Some of us are very well and confident, know that, yeah, I definitely am because I can see the road marks that I've overcome this, I've overcome this, I've overcome this. And just here's a marker right here, right now. All of you are here, so am I, because we've overcome even what was earlier today or even yesterday, last week, since we've seen each other. That's the evidence and proof. What else do you need? And then, see, and of course, I am going to deny the head shaking.
What head
Why am I
shaking?
going to deny? Oh, it was a smooth one, though. It's like, ooh, smooth one, you know, like going in out of curves in a sports car.
But
Nice and
if
smooth.
you're
I like
referring
it.
to me, picking on me, that's fine. But I
You
don't
know,
feel that way all the time,
uh-huh.
especially with
Yeah.
what's going on with my life right now, my mom's life.
You have you can say you have a hard life. You have a mom with a broken back and things like that. And who's taking care of you? You. Mom can't take care of you. Who else can take? That's part of being an adult. And it is exhausting.
And it's
If we
hard.
don't find, if we don't have faith or more faith, and if we don't have, like maybe this group, if it enlightens you a little bit, hopefully, that's the point. If other people in your life, find more people in your life that enlighten you, enlighten, raise you up more, right? Fluffy clouds of tenderness, but
Well,
still, really.
it's like Allison. She's alone all the time. That's the way I am. Because everybody that the people that were supposed to be friends from previously have not. I've reached out and stuff, so I feel alone I am alone all the time. You know, and I understand where Allison's coming from because I don't get any attention either. My attention is you're a bitch, or you're just mean or whatever when I'm trying to encourage stuff.
Remember, sometimes it's us, sometimes it's not us, sometimes it's the other person.
Well,
Their
I know, but
mindset, you know? Their
right, I understand that with the other, but I don't have any outlets either.
Mhm.
You know,
So,
I don't have friends like other people. They communicate outside of this group or whatever.
mhm. So, for example, I found mine. I started
I
this
went
month.
backwards.
Keep searching, keep going down avenues. I know. Don't see, that's the thing. Don't give up. I could have. And then there are things that came in between. Remember, this ministry, this group started delayed. Um, what I this is the result. Finally started. I searched out this, right? And yes, there are times where I isolated myself for whatever reason. Regroup in my mind, grow my faith, get people out of my life, get people into my life. Oh, that didn't work. Let's do a fresh load of laundry of people. Wow, that sounds really
That's interesting.
that sounds really cruel, doesn't it? Crude. Then people put me out of my own life or their life or invited me back in, this and that. It's all this mess, you know. New things, new skills, new talents, new places, new vision, new fears, old fears gone.
Old fears resurfacing.
Yeah, all that. That's life in its whirlpool. And I liked your
That's why I
drinking
feel like
lesson,
I've gone
Debbie.
backwards, Natasha. Because even my counselor said that I was becoming more sociable, and I'm just like,
Exactly. I
but
see.
I'm like a porcupine again.
And once you realize you're porcupine again, what do? Are you going to keep those pricklies up? Are you going to bring the pricklies down?
Well, it's
See?
kind of hard to say
Exactly. You
because
don't have to answer now.
no,
Think about it.
no, it's not hard to say. It's just like Debbie and Allison, and it's trust. I don't trust. I'm afraid to keep letting people in.
Oh,
Well, and I can't because I have no outlet ways to go meet people, just like Allison right now. My
putting
life
yourself out there.
consists of more. It used to just be me going to doctors. Now I got going to doctors with her, going to doctors with me.
Mhm.
That's my life. I don't even have my mental health clinic.
Mhm. This is all controlled environment, right? I had to grow out of my box as well, put myself out there. Here's the fear: social anxiety versus not. Then I had to think of, why do I have social anxiety? Why? Well, do I fear what people have to say? Has it been pounded into me? Oh yeah, I remember being teased. Okay, all right, you can tease me all you want now. Doesn't bother me one bit. You can tell me I'm a bitch. I think that's really not the nicest thing to say. Then I'll think about, why would somebody say that? First of all, I have to introspect. Do they have a reason? Do they have the reason? Right? I spoke a little bit about this last week. I didn't call myself a bitch. Wow. Not really my style. Not really my style. I might think
Nope.
it, but making it verbal is a whole different world, isn't it? Right? Uh, of course we'll be defensive, like, dare you? Well, no, that's their words. They have right to their own words. Their own words are patented. You can't take them away, you know? Where it's like, I disagree, like, but this is me talking. These are my words, my ownership. So if you disagree, that's good. How, you know what the point? So then I introspect. Why would the person say that? Right? Did I do something? Without putting myself down, right? I got a real hard truth evaluation, right? We got to do that. That's another learning process. I'm so down now. All right, have my self pity party. Plenty of those. Plenty of those. Then
Don't we
realizing,
all?
maybe I did do something. Or maybe the person won't even tell you. So, oh great. Now I have to play imagination story. What possibly happened? What can I learn? Be more insightful, be more tactful, not wishy-washy, you know? Maybe the other person had a bad mood. I don't know. Maybe the person will have the guts to tell you, right? Instead of, it's easy to gossip. And that's what the Bible hates, really. Do not gossip, because it is in a way a crime, is in a way planting something, right? You should not. If it's not nice to say, are you building the person up? If you gossip, oh, look what happened to this person, ha ha ha, or spreading rumor, right? No, you don't. You don't do that. You don't do that. That's another thing as well, and that's what I admire when somebody comes directly to you. I have an issue with you on this. Then you take it as a warrior and say, okay, what happened? Then you are a warrior as well, because you had the guts to tell the person in front. They say, oh, guess what Debbie did? And did that. But you won't tell Debbie directly, or you won't tell me directly. That's spineless. That's the opposite of courage. I don't admire that in myself, and I don't admire that at all in somebody else. So when people don't, I've noticed back in a clinic that you don't know that I worked before. Cute. Oh yeah, then yeah, ow, you complain because I move you over. I love that. The cat's world. Don't bother me. Okay, yeah, okay. I have to give you permission. Sure. Yeah. What do you want to do? You want to say you want to look at there? It's a Mercedes. Ah, our back cloth. Where were you? You're all scratched up. It's cute. She sounds like a little girl. You wanna
Timer said.
this is her. Where is her name? Right there. Mercedes. That's her actual adoptive name, right? Mercedes. She was adopted when she was 12. Now she's 14 and a half. Guess how long I've had her. Simple math. Okay. Anyway. So, so cute. All right, guys, real quick, so we can end. Well, anyway, before you so rudely interrupted with your back claws. Look at her. So cute. I'm glad she's
Hey,
feeling better.
animals are allowed to interrupt.
Absolutely. They don't need a permission slip like some
Nope.
hall pass, principal's office, schools and prisons. Look, she sees a bird.
Uh-huh.
All right. So, oh, okay. I'm hunched over like this because her back claws are really. Oh, you look kind of comfortable, but I'm not, okay? But who cares? Animals first. Suffering is for free on my part. All right. Anything for you guys? Yeah. And I'm not talking about Tony, Allison, and Debbie. Anything for you guys? Who could it be? Macy, May, and Marcel. Everything for you for free. Yeah. Okay. I work just for you guys, just to let you know. Okay. And not talking about Tony and Debbie and Allison either. Okay. All right. Okay. So, really quick, while I'm hunched over in a new yoga position. I don't know. I don't do yoga anyway. Okay. So I was just gonna really go back again who this is because Tony, you're asked. Natural Factors. It's a company out of Canada, and I discovered them because I found the best. She's moving again, which means I might be in pain. Okay. All right. Oh, back.
Where's your armor?
Yeah. Her nails are. Okay. So, fish oil capsules.
Oh, I remember you doing those.
Mm-hmm. That's from them, and that's why I found this, right? Free advertisement for Merced, how we put up with animal torture, but not that animal torture, but we getting tortured through animals. That's the new phrase. You want to go over there? Not on the computer. Look at that. No, there's some things that, like, you guys never want group again. I won't have money to buy a new laptop, okay? So she's over there, right behind the laptop. Okay. Enough of so-called animal torture. It's not something to make fun of, but I'm using it being tortured by animals. Okay. So anyway, remember when I used to joke about being out of your mind? Yeah, I like to be out of my mind.
All the time you'd say that.
Yeah, it's good to be out of your mind. Why? Another play on words. Why? You guys don't.
Get creative.
Because when you're out of your mind, that's good because this can be a capsule, right? In here, our prison. When you're out of your mind, meaning maybe a new perspective is coming on, you're exploring other people's views, merging them with yours, right? That's why even the Bible says wisdom comes in counsel. So that's why Allison brought up her Tinder guy, seeking advice and counsel, right? Whether she will do it or not, it's up to her, right? It's up to her. She's seeking counsel, seeking wisdom. Like, yeah, I probably know the obvious, and I probably know the obvious why I'm doing this and why I'm doing that and why he's getting mixed signals, why he's still calling me at 9 a.m. and I can't even don't even remember my name. I'm that tired, that type of thing. We all right? Okay, so we showed artwork. My artwork's in the shed over there. So I'm not. Once the steampunk auto creative is the name.
You
Oh, you
need
guys
to
like the
find
name?
Maya.
Steampunk auto, not creations, but creative. I thought it's already a mouthful. Steampunk auto creative. Okay. All right. So that's that.
Have you found Maya yet?
Upcycled. No, it's on Google. You can Google it. Google search businesses or whatever it is. There's so many businesses, etc., and money that I need to start these things up and raise money. Blah blah blah. It's all these things.
What's that have to do with Maya, the bee canvas?
Nothing.
I asked you, have you found her yet?
No. It's another. I've got a
You
box.
didn't lose it, did you?
No, it's not. No, it is
Wanna
in
throw it
another.
away?
It's storage. Why would I throw part of my positive part of my youth and middle kid watching my the bee? Why would I throw part of that away?
I don't know.
Unless you really need to be concerned about me right now. Hint, hint. Which no, okay? Which no. Okay. Now, let me put this up here. I'm referencing this, the New King James Version of this, right? You have the more authentic King James Version. And a living translation just adds stuff so it increases, hopefully, the understanding and not distorts the understanding. So I just want to phrase that. See? So this Bible, I'm taking out the verses for faith over fear, okay? So faith over fear. So think about this, and I will publish it below once this is. Now, what's a good example of faith? We didn't get that. We'll talk about it next week, which we wanted about this week. But as you know, our groups are living and breathing, which is also the word of God. Like, what? It's a book written down. How can it be living and breathing? But once you open a book, anybody who loves books and reads books, you already know once you open up, doesn't your mind start working? And how many of us have read a book and then here comes a producer with their own vision, with their own set of characters, with their own set of interpretation, makes a movie and many versions of movies of the book. And you guys like, I don't like that at all. But your imagination, right? But I mean, anyway. Faith over fear. Now, faith. What's a good example of faith? Right? Is one question, right? And I would like to talk about that next week. Think about it. What's
What
a
was
good
the
example
question?
of faith? What's a good example of faith? And then the example, there's so many, but just to start off, Second Kings, this is one of the books. 2 Kings chapter 4, verse 1 through 7. Okay? Then I'll hold it up. I have, if you guys can read. This is really fast handwriting. It's not my actual beautiful little handwriting. So I'll show you old journals before texting became a thing.
Cool.
When I used to write in journals, it's like,
Uh-huh.
what? Really? These muscles are now more, they're not as refined. All right? With texting. This is like having a anyway, not as smooth. Okay. Good example of faith. How much faith is needed? And there's a verse that jumps into mind, How much faith is needed? God is very generous in this. As amazing, limited human mind version, as amazing as if God needed that, right? As amazing as he is, how much faith is needed? Find it in Luke 17, verse 6. Okay. What is the definition of faith? I love this too. And it reminds me, remember we talked about dreams, not like this little puffy unicorn faith, dreams. Dreams is your big one, right? And then the roadmap are your plans, right? The plan set into motion. Each plan getting to your big dream, right? That's like faith. Why? Does your dream already exist? Right, like right now, exist? Like, right? The dream is you're a wellness retreat and I'm a sanctuary, right? That I have. It doesn't exist yet, right? I have to get there. That's what faith is. You know it exists, but you can't like touch it, right? It's there, right? Things hoped for, right? You don't see it. Hope for, but exist. It's really an amazing. We'll talk about that, okay? What is the definition of faith? You can find it in Hebrews 11, verse 1. Okay? Then, now fear. Why should we not be afraid? Right? Faith over fear. But there's so much to be afraid of. Come on. I feel it. I see a tsunami of life coming towards me. And I mentioned last week, I love this one, and I hold on to it fast and think of it, besides prayer, right? Prayer we should do all the time. Prayer is talking to God, keeping him close, keeping his guardian angels close, right? And the Lord encamps around those who fear him and love him, right? When you fear something, like you treat it with care and you make sure to respect it and love it and nourish it, right? Fearing the Lord. So he is close to us. That's how we can walk on water, right? Keeping the vision only. All this, and that's going to be part. I already have some designs like for another T-shirt. Besides the faith over fear, like these valleys, like keep your eye straight. All these distractions. When Tony was talking, one of the blossoming blossoms, one of the shoots out of the algae. Keep saying so. Of these beautiful aloe vera plants. Buzzing. I can hear the wings of the hummingbird. But then as I motioned, the hummingbird was eating the nectar of this aloe vera. And that's another thing. It's a good example, but my eyes were boom, right there immediately. With fear, right? You have faith with all the storms of life. How strong of our concentration needs to be. Vision, right? Without vision, our life perishes too, right? If we don't have purpose, if we don't have vision, our dream, what to get to, where are we? Right? We're just using energy trying to stay afloat instead of swimming casually or walking on water or soaring up into the sky, right? All right. Why should we not be afraid? Find it in, oh, here it is. I can't move the computer. Shoot. If I could just do the hummingbird right now, feeding. I'm moving my hand very slowly, but I don't know if it will last. I'm moving it very, left already. I just got the hand to the corner of the computer to move it. Came back a second. But for me, my own movie, I was able to watch for more than 5. That's a long time, 5 seconds. For a hummingbird to stay still, feeding from the little tulip flowers of the aloe vera. Okay, really quick. Why should we not be afraid? Find it in 2 Chronicles, chapter 20, verse 15. Why should Christians ever be afraid of God? Really? Being afraid of God? God has rules, right? The rules for any membership, right? Psalm 25, verse 12 through 15. What 2 things does God tell us that we do not need to fear? God is above all man. We usually fear this world more, right, than God in a sense, right? And that sounds like, how can you say that? We'll get into that. What 2 things does God tell us that we do not need to fear? Remember how like evil spirits we almost feel scared of, when those who dive into black magic, Sheila talked about that for a little bit, right? That we feel the evil more, right? Not at all. We have given the power to trample over serpents And I love that. We have been given the power. What's the trick? Satan making us believe that we don't have the power or making us afraid of that. Right? Psalm 91, verse 5. Okay. Should we fear bad news? Psalm 112, verse 7. Who can conquer our fears? Oh, well, that's a trick question. Who can conquer our fears? Jeremiah 46, verse 27. Those are just good examples, right? And if you guys find more along the week, if you want to take time and read through them, prepare yourself. We can talk more, right? It's almost 6, almost 2 hours in. Can you imagine? 2 hours in. I'm glad. So a lot of good stuff, huh? And and I know, Debbie, you had your hand up and I'll call on you. Please, guys, pray as much as possible. That's easy. No reservations needed. Talk to God anytime. Call on his guardian angels to carry you through more. You don't be afraid. See, again, don't be afraid to ask for a lot. Ask for a lot. God will bless a lot. And you guys are created in this image. You are more than conquerors, right? Have you heard that? You can conquer anything with your faith. And it sounds, I'll talk about that next week. Just talking about myself, and you guys will remember maybe some of the stories I've told you in the past, okay? And again, ponder on the word. Maybe read this. If you just read one verse, that's a lot more than it was before, all right? So my little bad handwriting, because I wrote these like 10 minutes before group when I was sitting here. Okay, internet is working. Cable's working, you know? This is working. I've got this. I have this and this. And I have more here than, what I needed. But that's what is good, right? More than you needed in group, just in case, Artwork, that I did not bring. And I ran back in to get more nutritious stuff. No, my Big Mac is not waiting for me after. No, start with Maya the Bee. I will get it, okay? I found the Cafe Tony one. Didn't I?
Yeah, but you didn't even remember that one when I brought it up.
Wow. I
So
before you
I
mentioned.
just want to see it.
Okay.
I want to
right.
see it.
Okay. All right. So I wrote this in really fast, okay? And then I wrote these rules. These are Debbie's juicies. Debbie's juicies right here. Job's not done here. That's what we're gonna end with, okay? So Debbie, tell me real quick, and then we'll quote some Debbie juicy fruit of Debbie's stuff that she said.
But this is first of all, it's good to be back together again with you. Thank you for doing this group. I think today was one of the best groups.
What, you cut off? You cut off at the end.
Today was one of the best groups.
Thank you.
We got, it seemed like we covered a lot, we accomplished a lot, and
That's
I
what
can
I'm getting to. Absolutely. Today, I made a point every time, right? Our introduction chaos, right? Reunion, cutting in, cutting out, didn't know what was going on. Then the second one, a little more and more. And I agree with you. I feel the same way, that today is more like how I want these to go, and more, really. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that insight, that observation. Allison?
yeah,
Before we end, I missed the part about the taking a trip. Can you just kind of graze over that real quick?
I love that, Allison. I love how you keep this so real down. Don't pin me down. No, that's right. Raising enough money, donations, buying artwork, and that's why when I get more money raised, I can order all these other things. It's all interconnected, right? So maybe someone will donate an old van. Why not? Why be fearful in not asking? I mean, right now, talking about this, and someone will see this, and who knows? We'll pass it on to someone who might have a car a van, right? Or maybe a travel toy haul trailer where you can hook up, right? Not the Tinder hookup, okay? I had to play on it just anyway. So forgive me, Lord. Okay.
Love
Anyway,
you, Natasha.
he knows I'm playing. So when I say forgive me, Lord, like, yeah, right. To ask
Love you,
forgiveness for this.
Natasha.
Don't waste my time on this forgiveness ticket that you don't need. Okay, anyway, so yes, I'm talking for God. All
We
right.
still love you, Natasha.
Yes, in and out, like the burger joint. Yes, it does. It does. And I've asked for a lot of, on serious note, for many things and actions, and most of the trouble I got myself into, right? Anyway, so van, who knows? Maybe this group might be the group that be either person listening knows of someone, donates a van with a title, make it legal, right? And or that van can haul, right? Toy hauler, right? Hook up, as you say, hauler of where it's mainly just where you can put in toys, right? Like when you go up north in those sand dunes, right? Where you can just do your mountain bike, whatever it is, or your three-wheeler. But I three-wheeler. Well, I'm not gonna buy. Well, we can buy those, but that's not besides the point. But those type of haulers, campers, right, have a lot of space inside, but they still have your bathroom and your sink and stuff like a mini camper, half camper thing. So when you go out, you still have those goodies, conveniences, but you can haul a lot of people in there as well, right? With a van and whatever it is. So that would be optimal. But yeah, that's what I really would like. So we can all get together, even those that we don't know right now, right? So yeah, Debbie's trying to get back in and sign out. So that's right.
Starting a Kickstarter.
Exactly. Kickstarter for sure. So yeah, to raise money, who knows, somebody will donate. I mean, fundraisers for animal, animal rescues, churches do that. I mean, this is our own church, right? Do that just because we don't have an official building. Well, look, we're in God's nature, right? Nature's right here. Not a problem. What's wrong? We have a lemon tree. We have a hummingbird. We have anyway, outside, inside, that wherever your church may be is when believers come together, or those who would like to increase their belief. So that's the thing. All right, Tony, real quick.
Oh no, I'm just adjusting here.
Okay, you're just adjusting. Okay, so that's the thing. We'll raise money or somebody will donate. Why not ask for that, right? Be bold and ask. Because why? And here's also delay in God's prayers in us, because God always listens, but there's a delay. Why? Either it's the wrong prayer, the wrong asking for whatever you're asking for. Maybe you are not ripe for it yet. Maybe you still need to go through what you need to go through to be able to handle that answer to your prayer. Or like you're not ready yet. What is it? Maybe it is for a selfish. Maybe the prayer is a selfish prayer. Maybe it's not, right? So there are lists of things, delaying. Maybe your eyes are not open yet. Pray for your eyes to be open. Pray for wisdom. Look in the Old Testament, the Psalms and things like that. Pray for wisdom. I need wisdom. From wisdom comes so much. And that's what I mentioned. The Bible will allow you to grow in wisdom and insight. Insight, right? The right prayers. The stupid thing, there's never a stupid question. Obviously, and so ask, right? It will be given to you. Well, yeah, I asked, it's not being given to me. All right, people, we have to look into the wisdom of things. What are you praying for? Are you ready? What type of prayer is it? Okay. So yeah, van, everything like that. And I wanted to say real quick, because Debbie is trying to sign back on, and if she can't, that's all right. And she said, yeah, job's not done here. See, I'm glad to see another day. I'm grateful for the small things. Think about that as well, right? And you will be, and I'm happier to be here because what is my purpose? This group, and it's going to grow, right? Into the 40 acres. You already know. That is why I'm here. And you guys know that. This is my purpose. And the frustration and the sadness and more real, the depression and any pain that I go through can be overcome more easily because I know now what the purpose is, right? For me. And all the years, like last years, no, I had to go through groups with you and on my own to become a better speaker, to become a better researcher, to become stronger. Are you guys praying for open my eyes? May I grow in wisdom. May I bless others. So bless me so I can bless others. Not deep down. God can read all your mental in between the lines. Yeah, bless me, Lord, so I can bless others. But really, it's to bless me, right? Or raise money for this, but it's really to get money for me. And sure, we'll this money when the Wix.com, when people will reserve online sessions with me, like we are doing right here, using God's word to heal, right? God being the greatest physician and healer ever. Of course, is that money to help me survive? Of course. But there is a point where you abuse it, right? Anyway, so that's the thing. So, why are you here? What prayers are you asking? And no, the job's not done here, and I love that. So, that's the Debbie golden moment, okay? All right, guys, anything else before we go?
Yeah, I'm just right now. I just Googled fundraising ideas for adult organizations to kind of look through that. I don't talk a lot with my older brother, but there was a period in his early career where he did motivational speaking and fundraising for, and he would go all over the world and talk. And I think that he would be a good resource for like a whole bunch of stuff. But
All right. See, there's a connection there.
yeah, I could ask him for ideas, like just beyond a Kickstarter. Like I don't know if like people like I don't know if people would like how much a car wash raises, but I mean maybe we could all get Girl Scout costumes and then like knock on the door. We'll take orders and then we'll go and get it from the real Girl Scouts, but we'll upsell ours to make profit.
Well,
become the middle.
anybody have really good cookies they can make? You already know, you guys have tasted mine, varieties, and me, I'm my first guinea pig, okay? And then I had you guys as volunteers.
No, I was the biggest. I was their biggest guinea pig.
Oh yeah, you like? No, that's right. Tried, and Allison, you too. I mean, you tried these, and then you went out and bought all sorts of stuff. So we could even come up with super yummy, because the ones you hear healthy, right? What if we can make healthy coffees and chais, right? Using the green drink, right? Or cookies that I'll show. So next week, remind me, like the chocolate company that I use, right? And I made healthy s'mores. Can you imagine healthy s'mores?
Nope.
And
I make banana bread. That's what I've done for Christmas before. Is make like $40 worth of banana bread.
Exactly. So we'll raise money making our own Girl Scout cookies. All right, because I think they can always use fundraising, right? We need our own fundraising, so we'll do our own fundraising. So
and I can have my aunt too.
awesome,
she
Allison.
works for the Boys and Girls Club, And for years and years and years,
Mhm.
she was in charge of getting people to donate to the Boys and
Yeah.
Girls Club
Yeah.
for her town. So she is going to have a lot of good ideas too. I mean, how many people in our group total? Like 5, 6?
Well, yeah, a handful more, but we would have a ton more, like 15, 20, 25, 30, even up to 50. However, they don't like this publication thing, right? Which
What
I
does that mean?
understand. Publication meaning that this is going to be published on YouTube or Tinder for others to be able to listen to and be encouraged, right? Because this ministry is for everyone, not just inside group. Do you see what I mean?
Mhm.
So, and they say, "Oh, I'd love to join group, but because this is recorded, you know, some just don't like it, right?" And we talk casual, just as if we've always talked casual, right? It's the difference is it's written down, not like the notes we all did, right? It's written down, it's recorded, it would be published, right? So, like, it's beautiful effect. It has, like, if you think you're on the top of a mountain filled with snow, you start a snowball like this. By the time it reaches the bottom of the mountain, how big is it?
Huge.
I don't want to be in the way of that, okay? Meaning, we start small, we grow in momentum, putting it out there, right? Our advertisement, YouTube, Rumble, right? Odyssey, I love those guys. Now, Allison mentioned her brother, other people we know that know. That's the domino effect. That's the ripple effect of kindness, right?
Like, I mean, like I've heard of like rich people, they host like luncheons or and you have to donate, like tickets are like $100 a piece or something.
Would it
And
be
then all
awesome,
that money
Allison?
goes to
Uh-huh. And I love it, Allison. See how one person the other with the domino effect? What if, right? And it will happen. Okay? Let's put this right now. Speak your blessings, right? And it gives me like these the little goosebumps, right? But in a good way. While birds are digging underneath the little gravel, trying to find ants. It's so cute. Anyway, so let's speak our blessings. Having a place to go by the lake, all of us, picnic, fundraiser with a donated car, for example. Think about that. That could happen in as little as what, a month, 2 months, 3 months. What about it, right? Time is relative, right? Wouldn't it be great? So that's
yeah.
the plan, right? And what if um what if even at the restaurant I work, what if I talk to the managers or the chefs as well that I work with, right?
Or church.
That I have a fundraiser. I mean, I'm keeping the restaurant I work at. It's it's a you know top secret right now. It's one of those things like Allison, like, oh, that Tinder guy knows my address right now, knocking the door, right? Or the vampire effect where the vampire can only be allowed in when invited in, right? Like demons,
Oh,
Yeah, like that, right? But so all right, we have a lot of thoughts. We've got a lot of great things going on already, as you can see. Speak your blessings, right? Yeah, and have faith. All right. So 6:15. Thank you so guys. Thank you so much. I love seeing you every week. Finally, we are well on the way, right? And we will be more on the way every time we do this. So, Tony, we'll meet up for 15, 20 minutes after. This will be all Allison. I am starting, this will be all like written down right now. It's not recorded, but eventually when I publish the Wix.com, I mean, I purchased it, but I still have to do a lot of preparation to be able to publish my site where you can do, I already set up my groups, like this group and the dates, and then sessions, right? and it says by donation. So I'll probably be doing most of them free, but mostly, hopefully, we'll ring in by donation, right? That see the goodness of this, right? And then we can schedule it from there instead of how we do this right here, right now, right? That you guys can go on like, hey, Natasha has time here. All right, I'll put my name down. So that will come up soon. But right now will be last week. It was, I think, Sheila. Tony will do that because I didn't have time in last
No,
Monday.
it was
Time.
somebody else.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, somebody else. Yeah. Okay. All right, Allison, Tony. So I'll message you on Google Voice. Okay.
Okay, the number I have, the number
Yeah.
you gave us.
Yeah, the new one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys have that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here, and I love all the input, suggestions, and prayers.
Hugging
I
you.
suggest we do a midweek group Wednesdays or Tuesdays
oh.
or
Oh wow, that
Or
would be. I'm gone jobbing for like 12 hours of the day, really.
oh my
It's
gosh.
full time. Yeah, it's a full time. Restaurant life is yeah, it's like like nurses who
It's
have 10,
hard.
12
You gotta have
shifts.
thick
Yeah,
skin.
on your feet all day, It's like having a break. No, that doesn't happen. Going to the bathroom is a luxury. And then even a bite to eat, like running around the corner and then coming back, pretending
Like
not to.
like caregiving.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So write down all the ideas you guys have, right? Fundraising, even midweek groups, who knows what'll happen, right? And my days off Sunday, Monday, but Sunday is mainly like this, whatever the wellness ministry is, right? Mental health ministry. And then tomorrow I gotta catch up on, food shopping and housework and who knows what else. Yep. If it comes to the time where I can hire somebody to do the laundry or the dishes for me. Oh, really?
I'm a good
Okay.
house.
No,
Leader.
yeah. I mean, of all the household duties, I don't mind doing laundry, right? Dishes, not so thing. Because being in the kitchen, you're chefing, and then you got to do this and that. I mean, you have your hired dishwashers and stuff like that, and it's an awesome team, everybody. But it's not demeaning. If somebody's willing to do it for money, why not, right? That frees up time to do more of this, right? Or do more of reading. Oh, so yeah, you're paying somebody to do laundry while you're reading the Bible. Well, it's part of the ministry. It's part of growing in wisdom. So I can, as God blesses me in wisdom, I can pass that on, right?
They
Okay.
have the Bible on an audiobook.
This one? Oh, that's another thing that I'm planning on doing. I don't know, but they do have the Bible on audio. There are several apps that do this. Several apps you can find on Play Store and things. What I am actually, I have it written down already. I would like to start reading chapter by chapter and publishing it online, part of this ministry, so you can listen to it. That's the
Okay,
next thing I
that's
would
cool.
like to do. Yeah. So that's another thing. So if anybody volunteers to do my laundry and dishes for me,
Yeah, me. Give me a
uh,
purpose. I need a purpose in life.
yeah, it's not that one. No, meaning you were no, I'm teasing. No, but for really, if somebody can make a great living existence, a living, I don't like to use a living is with a purpose, right? Existence is just to get a paycheck, just to get money to pay bills, right? That's like living in the level of a worm. Wow, I'm ending group like this. No, because we're creating much more than just basic things, right? Hopefully they don't turn the light off because I can't pay a bill. Or right, I hope my car works because I need to get to the job that pays me, right? We have to live beyond. Look, birds are better off than us. Do they have to pay for shelter? No, they don't have to pay rent. Do they have to pay for their McDonald's? No. They can find worms or ants or leaves to eat.
Or
Right?
somebody's
Do they
leftovers.
have to pay? Hey, do they have to pay for their car? No, they have wings to fly. That's what all we should be doing. Okay?
I have an idea.
All right.
I can
Bye,
sell
guys.
bookmarks. We can make bookmarks and sell bookmarks.
I love the wood bookmarks. See you now. So we'll talk about that more. I love that. I'll be breathing in the air all the time. All right, guys. Blessings. Pray. Take care of yourselves, please. Okay? I'll see you next time. Bye. Hugs. Love
Great
you.
week.
Love you too.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Bye.